Hi, I'm Greg Solomon. I'm the Managing Director of McDonald's South Africa. Success to me is really the balancing of really great results, continuous improvement, both professionally and personally. And then probably the most important thing for me is loyalty of the people that I lead. Well, my day is pretty busy, but really it's not task-driven. You know, as the Managing Director of McDonald's, I need to constantly be consulting with the people, a lot of relationship work. Unfortunately, I attend a few too meetings, but really it's about managing relationships. It's about analyzing the business continuously. And it's about studying the business, studying the environment, continuously learning. You would think in a hamburger business, I'm a chief chef. Actually, it's an interesting story. I'm a civil engineer by profession. Started off with McDonald's 15 years ago. And probably that's the reason why I am who I am today. I found a partner in this business which has allowed me to change my profession. And 5 years ago, moved over into the operations part of the business. Well, I've been in business certainly for many years now, and success comes in different ways and forms depending on what level you are in the organization. But success for me recently is about influence. And for me, I define influence in trust and respect. Now, trust you got to get out of your people, your employees and your customers by delivering on your promise. And respect is about skills. It's about continuous improvement. It's about results, where people can look up to you and follow you. A key competency for success will depend on where you are in your life stage. For me, right now, where I am in my life stage, a very, very key piece of success for me is being visionary. It's looking out 3, 4, 5 years in the business. You see, for me, it's not about who our employees and our customers are now, but it's about who are they going to be or what are they going to look like in 5 years' time. So vision and foresight is very, very important. One of the things I've kept I've always been passionate about are something I call the 3 E's: education, exposure, and experience. Now, obviously, you're starting off your career in your life, you're reliant very much on your education. But the more and more you go up and you grow up in life, you're more reliant on exposure and you're more reliant on experience. I remember the day when the then CEO, Mr. Terry Rees, said to me, "So where do you want to be, Greg, in 5 years' time?" And I said, "Well, I think I want to be managing director." And I look back in those times and I probably wasn't ready 5 years ago to be managing director. So you need to be patient as well to have success. I think that's a very crucial piece. You know, being a civil engineer, I like to study different buildings and different environments. And one of the strongest building or structure in the world is actually the pyramids in Egypt. And I have a philosophy: a strong base means a very high pyramid. So take time to build your base. Take time and patience to be well educated and well versed in all the facets of life. And I think your heights will be great. Always tough to judge myself, I guess, on the best qualities, but I'd say I'm a good listener. And I think something that's very profound in today's world, and it's not only in South Africa, but around the world, me working for a global environment, is diversity. And more in particularly cultural diversity. You see, in today's world, we're all very different people. We've got men, we've got women, we've got black people, we've got white people. I also work with Chinese people and American people, and the ability to be able to communicate similar messages to different audiences is absolutely crucial. So some of the things that I probably need to work on: I'm quite competitive, I'm quite goal-driven. And when you're very competitive and when you're very goal-driven, you can often be blindsided by certain elements in life, and certain elements in business. And sometimes that passion allows me to drop my guard, and that's when I'm the most vulnerable as well. Also, probably one of my opportunities is actually I'm an introvert, if you actually analyze my character. And you know, doing interviews like this and the role that I play, it requires an extrovert. A person that can speak out to an audience. And that's hard work for me, but I work at it. My greatest achievement, certainly in my last 2 years as the leader of this business, is developing leaders in this organization. We have 146 restaurants out there, and we have 146 competent young business leaders. We probably couldn't have said the same 5 years ago, but these individuals have my highest respect, our restaurant managers and our owner operators. And I'd probably say we've got 146 managing directors out there. On a personal perspective, my biggest achievement are my kids and my wife. We have a very balanced life. We have a very happy life, and I'm proud of them. There's many qualities: integrity, trust, respect. But if I had to narrow that down to one, it's very difficult to narrow it down to one. I think honesty for me is the most important. And I'm not talking about honesty in telling the truth. I mean, telling the truth is important, but honesty on who you are, honesty on what you stand for, honesty on how good you are, honesty on what are the true facts, and are you being fair? I think if we had a society of a lot of honest people, honest in themselves and honest in what we're looking at, I think we would be a happier place. You can't learn to be successful. It's a journey. It's a journey. It's a combination of what I spoke to you about the 3 E's of experience, exposure. But it's also a little bit about, I must admit, about taking some risk. You know, in order to be successful, you've got to take a little bit of a risk and stretch yourself a little bit. I don't think anyone can really give you one word that sums them up, but if you really force me to give you one word, I would probably have to say balanced. You know, I'm not really great at anything. I think I'm dangerous enough in a lot of things. And I think being a balanced person, you know, not being too high, not being too low, not being too smart, is really my one word. My dream is to continue to impact people's lives positively. That would be my dream. My dream is to continue to build leaders in McDonald's and make their dreams come true. And possibly my dream as well is to be a good person who gives back to the community, a good father, a good husband, a good friend. How will I be able to achieve it? Well, I don't know if I'll ever be able to achieve it. I think that's just the character in me and setting very, very high goals. I think that's probably the difference between a dream and an achievement. So if I keep my dream out there, I might not achieve it, but I'll get close.